Welcome to For Your Life, a half hour of lifestyle information and entertainment to inspire you and your family this fall. I'm Stacey Engelhardt. I love this time of year because fresh, local fruits and vegetables are so easy to find. It makes cooking and eating such a pleasure. I'm excited for you to see Chef Massimo Capra teach some friends of his that tasty food can be simple to make and is best enjoyed with good company in the fresh air. Hope you like this.
Mario, how are you?
¿Cómo estás?
It's good to see
Good
you.
to see you.
Luisa, how are you?
Thanks so much for coming over to help us out today.
Well, thank you very much for having me here. I mean, what do we got here? This is a lot of food here.
We have a nicest new neighbor.
Yeah.
And we want to welcome them in the neighborhood in the Italian way.
Fantastic. Nothing like offering some food and wine.
Good wine and good food is the best.
So this is great. I mean, but this really is mozzarella and tomato. I mean, come on, Mario.
No,
You
no,
do
no,
it.
no. You are the professional cook. I am the professional taster.
And that's a good, for everybody.
No, no, it's
oh,
good.
man. Okay, well, we have some beautiful cherry tomatoes.
Yes.
Cut in
sliced
half
them.
already. You did a good
Yes,
job.
yes.
That's fantastic. So we're gonna just drop them in a bowl, just like that. We have fresh mozzarella, and these Galvani mozzarella fresca bocconcini,
Not
they are
yet.
so fantastic.
Please.
They are tasty. They have already all of the fresh herbs and all the spices on top, everything that you want. So we're gonna put copious amount in it. I mean, a nice amount. And we have beautiful red onions over here, nice and sweet, delicious. Smells like summer, tastes like summer.
Everything got to be fresh.
Exactly. Capers, because we need a little bit of punch of salt.
Yeah.
So just a nice amount of capers in there.
Looks good.
And that's all we have to do. All we have to do is just mix it. Then we put it on our platter, and then we invite our people over. Haha, yeah. Wait. No time yet. No time yet.
Okay.
You are so impatient. Yeah, nice amount of olive oil, some pepper, just like that, and we have some salt and
Not yet.
basilico.
Basilico.
See, thank God. Look at the beautiful little leaves right
Yeah,
there.
I need a basilico. I'm in Italy now.
Exactly.
Oh, I can do my job now.
Red, white, and green,
Okay,
just
thank
like the
you.
Italian flag. Let's taste it.
Salud. Oh,
Here, get some basil, some tomato.
Nice.
the best.
It's good.
Very
I think I need to taste another one.
You go ahead. I brought something else for you, so I'm gonna go get it.
Thank you. Buonissimo.
Look at this, a little bit of chicken wrap, and
Delicioso.
chicken,
Looks very
roasted
nice.
red peppers, mozzarella fresca, a little salad, a little cucumber.
Mario, please, you have to go and set the table. The guests are
Before you
arriving.
finish all the plate. He's a very hungry man.
Yeah.
That's the last little bit.
Allora. Matthew and Lindsay are here. Other neighbors. Chef Massimo, my beautiful wife, make a lovely meal for everybody. Come on.
Hi, Andrew. Nice to meet you.
Everything looks so
come on.
good.
Well, I hope you like Italian food.
We love Italian, but this is the first time we've ever had it like this.
Oh, fantastic. Let me tell you, the star of the show here is mozzarella fresca Galvani. It's made just outside my hometown in Italy. And it goes well with all of this beautiful food. It's light, it's soft, it's fresh. I mean, look, chicken wrap with grilled chicken and mozzarella and cucumbers. We have a pasta salad, we have a margherita pizza, we have a caprese salad. All with mozzarella fresca.
Okay, allora, everybody. I want to have a toast to our new friends and the neighbors. I hope that this is the first of many meals we're going to have together. Salud. Cendan.
For more delicious recipes, go to galbani.ca. Coming up later, a personal story of how one young woman finds balance amidst the stresses of daily life. With summer finishing and kids back at school, a lot of Canadian families are thinking about home renovations before the winter sets in. After discovering a health issue with their Burlington home, Bill and Tina Martin decided to do major renovations. Here's their story and how it shines a little light on how to make an older house as healthy as it can be.
We bought this house 8 years ago, and when we found it, it was perfect. We felt like we finally found our dream home. It's been the best, but also the hardest years of our lives.
We had wanted to have a family for a long time, and we couldn't conceive. And eventually I just thought, oh well, I guess it just wasn't meant to be. And then I got pregnant. Tyler is our miracle baby. He was born 8 weeks premature. But when we brought him home from the hospital, he had some trouble breathing.
We were finding ourselves going back and forth to the hospital all the time.
The doctors had told us that Tyler had asthma, and when I read up on it, we found that dust mites and mold can trigger it. So we bought air purifiers and humidifiers, but it didn't really work.
We had been thinking about renovating for a while, so we called in a contractor. He came, did a full home inspection, and we found mold and all these other problems. So we made the decision just to do a total reno. We figured if this was the house that we were going to raise our kids in, we wanted it to be the healthiest home we had.
So before we did the renovations, there was wall-to-wall carpet. So we decided to rip it out, and I actually went to my parents' place with Tyler because there's no way I was dealing with all that dust.
We brought in thermal imaging and went around the perimeters and found that water was leaking into the basement foundation. So we tore everything up, sealed the foundation, and laid new hardwood.
So there were old drapes on all the windows. We learned that they were just full of allergens. So we decided to get rid of those, and then we cleaned out all the air ducts, put in a brand new furnace with high efficiency filters.
So we knocked down walls in the kitchen and the living room. I always thought skylights leaked, but our contractor told us that's kind of a myth from the 90s. And Velux makes a no-leak skylight, so it was an easy choice.
I used to complain to Bill all the time about certain areas in our house that were so dark. And now when everyone comes over, they all compliment on how bright it is.
So we put solar-powered venting skylights in the kitchen because that's the space with the most humidity. And we found that with that fresh air, it really helped Tyler's breathing. In Tyler's room, the skylight actually has a solar programmable blind, so we can set it to open and shut at certain times. We found it really helped with those Saturday, Sunday mornings where we can sleep in a little bit. The bathroom was really dark, so we installed a skylight called a sun tunnel. Now we don't get the view, but it was really easy to install and it brings in a lot of natural light. It was great for a place that a skylight can't fit.
There are huge benefits to having more daylight and fresh air in the house. Tyler is a lot more energized. We get a lot more sleep. And during the summer nights, it's fantastic. We open up the skylight and all that hot air dissipates. And it's just great to have that natural breeze blowing through the house.
The way we've renovated our house, it feels like we've brought the outdoors inside. So tonight, Tyler and I are camping out in the living room.
Dad,
Yeah, buddy?
are there any bears out here?
No, no bears.
Are there wolves?
No, this is a wolf-free area.
Monsters?
There's one monster. The Tickle Monster!
Hey guys, come look at the sky.
Whoa.
Good night, honey. I love you.
Good night, Mommy. Love you, Dad.
Love you too, buddy.
Learn more about Velux no-leak skylights at velux.ca. And now, a personal story about an issue a lot of people may not have heard of, though it affects many Canadians.
Most of my life I've had a problem relationship with food.
It was about 7. And I just remember going through like a whole thing of ice cream and Nutella and not realizing what was happening, and I didn't know how to stop. But I also don't remember feeling really ashamed and wanting to eat even more to deal with that shame. And because nobody understands it, their advice tends to be not helpful.
Binge eating disorder is a psychiatric condition. It's one of the eating disorders where people eat large amounts of food in an out-of-control way.
A binge eating episode for me looks like in the middle of the day when no one else is around, ordering from 2 different delivery places so that no one knows how much food I'm getting, eating it all very, very quickly, then hiding it, and then just kind of sitting with myself, wishing that I felt more comfortable talking to people about it.
There are many different ways that an eating disorder is manifested, but it's generally through anxiety and depression and underlying circumstances.
I tried to tell myself it was just a coping skill for anxiety and depression, but then I realized that I didn't have control over it, that I could eat a whole pizza in one sitting without realizing it, and that I was hiding the evidence of my eating from my partner, from my friends, and from my family. I hide it from the people who are closest to me because I just don't feel like they understand.
Binge eating, when a patient really means binge eating, almost always describe secrecy, large amounts of food, like twice the size of a normal meal, and doing it in an out-of-control way with a great deal of guilt and shame.
When I have shared my binge eating with my loved ones in the past, they just took it as like a opportunity to like really watch what I was eating and comment on it, and that just caused me 10 times more stress. I felt like it was controlling my life. I was just really scared, and I didn't want to live like that anymore.
An eating disorder is a mental illness. It's a brain-based illness. There's a lot of focus on anorexia and bulimia, but actually binge eating disorder is the most prevalent of the eating disorders.
The first person I approached was actually my doctor. They quickly realized that it was something they didn't understand, so they sent me to a psychiatrist who also didn't understand. When I found a support group of other people with binge eating disorders, that was really helpful because they showed me that recovery is possible and that there was hope to have a healthy relationship with food.
The best advice is to seek help in determining if they actually do have a binge eating disorder, and then seek appropriate treatment.
So if someone's struggling with binge eating, and they might wonder if they actually have binge eating disorder, the first step is to have compassion that they've attempting to cope with pain, suffering. The next step is to reach out, and I think to look to reputable sites online, talk to others. There are support groups for people with binge eating. And finally, to reach out for medical support, especially if they have another condition like depression, anxiety, or diabetes, to seek out help so that they can finally get this condition under control. In my day-to-day practice, one of the most fulfilling things is watching someone give up binge eating and begin to cope better in their life.
To someone out there who's struggling with binge eating disorder, I want you to know that you have a real problem, that you deserve help, and that there are other people like you out there who've been through it and got through the other side, and being involved in something like that can provide you with so much hope.
For more information on binge eating disorder or to find help, visit nied.ca. Coming up, make your next trip to the dentist painless with these easy oral hygiene tips.
Early detection is key. Learning how to look and feel for oral cancer might just save my life.
There really is no place like home, especially if it's a house where you've grown up or raised a family. The decision to move can be tough and is only heightened for people who feel pressured into it by unforeseen disabilities. Thankfully, there are options for anyone in this dilemma. Here's how one family with an aging mother wrestled with the choices and ultimately found a perfect solution.
Oh, look here. This is Maggie, my daughter.
She just turned 8 here. And Mike, my son, the most wonderful chubby angel. I lived here almost 50 years. A lot of memories in this house.
Hi! Hi, Grandma. Hi, Grandma.
You look good. Thank you. For your age. Oh, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
Hey, Grandma.
My family is not very big, but it's everything for me.
Thank you.
Oh, Sunday lunch, it's a big tradition here.
Thank you. That's great. Yeah.
Mom, how's the coffee?
Good. Your dad did the best coffee in the world.
Yeah, it is.
We used to sit in the morning here at the table, and sometimes in the morning I still feel the How is the pie?
It's good.
Okay. There you go.
When we were here for Mom's 80th, we noticed she was a bit wobbly. She had to steady herself a lot.
Yeah, there were a few things off. Her mail started piling up, and her fridge was pretty much bare.
Later that evening, I had a feeling to drive back here. I found Mom sitting on the stairs to the basement. The kettle was on, it was almost empty. I was like, Mom, what is going on here?
She said she was just trying to rest, but then she couldn't pull herself up. She was there for 2 hours. I felt sick.
How can you take care of your parents if you've got children and you work full time? See you next week. Love you.
Bye, Grandma.
I lived here. I raised my family here.
We looked into retirement communities, assisted living, nursing homes. She really wanted to stay in her own home. That's where she felt the most comfortable.
And the more we researched, the more we realized Bayshore was the right choice for us. And they came up with a great care plan that was just right for Mom.
We thought we'd have to move Mom out. Bayshore was the reason she can stay.
Hi, Jean. I'm back.
Hi, Ramon.
Did you have a nice visit with your family?
Of course.
Here, I got you something.
You did this for me? Thank you. Thank you so much.
At certain times in our lives, our loved ones become health challenged and they need care. And Bayshore provides all of the care, services, and any other requirements to make sure they can stay at home instead of being in an institution. Bayshore is so important to Canadians because of the 11,000 employees and associates behind the Bayshore name. Those people are going to do whatever it takes to keep over 150,000 Canadians safe at home any way they can. A story I'd like to talk to you about is that story of my father-in-law, who ultimately became palliative and needed the care of Bayshore. He loved to read and he couldn't read, but he could listen. And that was incredibly important to him. And in the last moments when he was going in and out of consciousness, my mother-in-law cleaned up things, took the book away, and the caregiver gave her a call and said, please, could I have the book back? I know your husband can hear me. I want to keep reading to him for his last hours on this earth. Whether we're providing nursing care to a patient or we're providing other types of home care services, dealing with family members, dealing with issues that come up with the healthcare of Canadians, every Bayshore employee is passionate and caring, and that's an unwavering value in the family. Bayshore has learned over the last 50 years that as healthcare keeps getting better and better for Canadians, it also gets more complicated. And families are overwhelmed by choices that they have to make and the lack of resources that are available. and they need Bayshore to take care of their relatives in their home. Canadians want their health care at home, and Bayshore is going to be there to make sure that's a real alternative for them by allowing them to get out of hospital as soon as they can and stay out of any long-term care institution.
Bayshore, proudly helping Canadians since 1966. Learn more at bayshore.ca or call 1-877-289-3997. I love knowing all I can about keeping my teeth and oral hygiene in top shape. The College of Dental Hygienists of Ontario has great advice about how we can self-examine our oral health, learn how to spot serious medical issues beyond the health of our teeth, when to alert our healthcare professionals, and hopefully prevent potential problems from getting worse. Hope you enjoy this.
Being a dental hygienist is such a rewarding job. You're helping people protect their health and their smile. We also play an important role in the early detection of many medical conditions, including cancer. Oral cancer is a growing concern, particularly when you're over 40 and male. It's estimated that this year, 4,400 Canadians will be diagnosed with oral cancer, and 1,200 will die from it. The 5-year survival rate for oral cancer is 63%, lower than the rates for prostate, melanoma, or cervical cancers. The most common symptom is a lesion or sore in the mouth that doesn't appear to heal within 2 weeks. The good news is that oral cancer generally responds well to cancer treatment if detected early. In between visits to your oral health professional, self-exam is the key.
My name is Lawrence, and my greatest love is golf. My wife would love that I said that. I started to think about doing a self-exam when my golf buddy noticed he had a sore throat and earache. He went to his doctor, who thought he had a throat infection, and gave him antibiotics. And after taking them for a week, he went back because there hadn't been any improvement. He was given a different antibiotic. He thought it might be getting better, but over the next 3 to 4 months, he went back 4 or 5 times to see his doctor before being referred to an ear, nose, and throat specialist. And it took 3 months to get in to see the specialist. Well, he saw the specialist and had a camera put up his nose and down his throat. At first, the doctor didn't see anything, but then he said there was something on the right side of his tongue. It was then that he was scheduled for a biopsy the very next week, and a week later he was diagnosed with cancer. He had radiation and chemotherapy, and he lost a piece of his tongue and a few teeth. Well, now he goes in to have things checked every 2 months, and so far so good. But that guy could be me. Early detection is key. Learning how to look and feel for oral cancer might just save my life.
In between dental hygiene visits, it's not hard to do a self-exam. Step 1, tongue. Stick out your tongue and hold the end of it with a cloth to give you some grip. Move your tongue to the right and then the left and look for any red and white patches. Do the same for the top and bottom of the tongue. Use your index finger to feel for any unusual lumps on the sides, top, and bottom of the tongue. Step 2, lip and cheek. Look around the edge of your lips for any lesions, sores. Using your thumb and index finger of both hands, pull back the upper lip and look for red or white lesions, sores. Using these same fingers, feel for any lumps, bumps. Do the same with your bottom lip. Next, use your thumb and index finger to pull back the right side of your cheek, looking for any red or white patches. Using these same fingers, rub your cheek between them to feel for any lumps or bumps. Repeat on the left side. Step 3, floor of mouth. Raise your tongue to look at the roof of your mouth and look under it where your tongue rests on the bottom of your mouth for any white and red patches. Using one finger inside the floor of the mouth and another on the opposing surface from the outside, under your chin, feel for any lumps or bumps between your fingers. Step 4, roof of mouth. Look at the roof of your mouth for any unusual sores or red and white patches. Rub the roof of your mouth and feel for any new or unusual swelling. Step 5, head and neck. Using all 4 fingers to rub in a circular motion, feel your neck for unusual lumps, bumps, or tender areas. Repeat this on the back of your neck, along your hairline, and behind, under, and in front of your ears. Step 6, say ah. Press down on your tongue with a tongue depressor or teaspoon. Say ah, and look at the back of your throat, looking for red, white patches or unusual bumps. Step 7, tell someone. Call your oral health professional and have any unusual findings checked. Early detection is key. For more information or to see the 7 steps again, visit the College of Dental Hygienists of Ontario website at www.cdho.org.
Thanks for watching For Your Life. For more information about the products and services we featured, or to be on the show, visit fifthstory.com. I'm Stacey Englehart.